name's Janine, and I'm from Naples, Florida.
My name is Dick, and I also am from Naples, Florida, and I love Janine.
All right, and Janine, tell us something special that you haven't told me, and then we'll switch places, and I'll continue with my father.
Well, something special would be we're planning a nice vacation to take in the next month or so, Dick and I, to, enjoy some peace and tranquility and alone time, which we haven't had in a while.
Well, that sounds really wonderful.
And we're really looking forward to that time at about the end of May.
Yes.
Do you have any idea in mind?
I really want to look forward to. An idea would be, I'm thinking of that we're going to take a little trip somewhere in Florida.
In Florida.
Yep.
So somewhere local.
And enjoy some quality time together.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. So I'm going to come over and start by introducing myself. I'm Jonathan, and this is the Talk to Me presentation that goes with the Huffington Post thing of interviewing a parent, and this is my dad, Dick. Again, I'm Jonathan. So, Dad, I was wondering, can you tell me something that you've never told me?
Yeah, how proud I am of your achievements.
Well, is there one that stands out to you?
No, I'm just very proud of everything that you've accomplished.
Well, you know, Dad, it's actually the shoes on the other foot, because I'm so proud of you, too.
Well, that's nice.
It's the truth.
That's good.
So now, as you think about the years of your life, what is something that you know about now that you wish you knew when you were my age?
How to plan for my retirement.
Well, that certainly puts the heat on me. I guess I've got a couple decades to work on that, but you're saying get a moving soon.
Yes, definitely.
So
I failed.
Well, you know, I think everything's a lesson in learning. So this house we're sitting in, by the way, can you tell me something about this house?
Yes, I designed it and built it.
Not many people can say that. You were a home builder back in Western New York. You came here and continued.
Yes.
And not many people can say they're sitting in the house that they designed and built.
That's true.
Even though all of the activities of our life, we design those, but you're in the actual home too with Janine. So tell me the story of the happiest moment you ever had.
My college graduation.
When was that?
Oh,
Just a
God.
couple of years ago.
61.
Wow.
1961.
And that was from?
Michigan State University. My alma mater.
Your alma mater. And your degree was obviously to build homes.
Residential home building.
Wow. Did you finish in 4 years?
Yes, I did.
So right on time.
And then with honors.
With honors. You know, I think you've really set the bar high for each of my brothers, and also for Cheryl as well, my stepsister. But as I think of each of us in our lives, we're always trying to exceed something we've done before. I mean, one of us is a president of a couple companies, an owner. Another of us, I've been working in state level education. Stephen's had a chance to work for the United Nations, I think. And Kenny, for many, many years, has worked in similar to residential building, but with windows. And Cheryl as well in nursing. So each of us are trying to exceed all the expectations we set for ourselves. Tell me, Dad, what's the hardest challenge you faced?
Now.
Why is that?
Because I failed to plan for my retirement.
Okay.
And now I'm suffering as a result of it.
What does that mean?
I prefer not to answer that question.
Well, I don't blame you. But it means that as children, we're here to help, and we're trying to find more ways that we can be helpful. What do you think is the biggest lesson? And maybe you've already said it, but maybe you haven't. The biggest lesson to pass on to future generations?
Planning for your future.
For your future. That's a really interesting thing. So the future is something that's always ahead of us.
That's right.
And do we undergo a lot of changes in life?
Yes, you do.
So planning for our future means really planning for change.
Yes.
And being a good person that can manage change. I think nowadays they call that a change agent. It's kind of a funny word, but it means to be a good person who can handle change. Um, Thinking about our family, what do you think are some things that you did that had a big impact on our family, a big positive impact?
I think probably preparation for your livelihood and futures,
Sure.
I think is probably what I did the best for each and every one of you.
Yeah, and there's 5 of us, so each of us during our childhood had a chance to feel that important sustenance. And I remember when I was in my 18 or 19 and at that stage in life learning some lessons and going to college and things, trying to get a handle on my life. I remember that every time I'd come and share with you what I was trying to figure out, you had a funny way of approaching my need for maturity at the time. You'd always say, well, Jonathan, when you figure things out, let me know. And it always challenged me right back to where I was, to improve it where I was so that I could, just as you said, plan my future. So I appreciated that. If you could have one wish for me, and my wife Laura and I don't have children yet, but what would that wish be?
Happiness.
Happiness. That's a wish we all have. What about role models? Role models is someone that you think I should look up to or think about?
Yeah.
An important role model.
I would say Grandpa Dow would be the best role model that you could have.
I
Janine
have to agree.
didn't know him,
Yeah.
but he was a brilliant man without any education.
Yep. So he
He
started
went to the 4th grade only,
Mhm.
and I am so proud of him.
Yeah. So he started the home building business that you later on inherited and continued for a couple decades.
32 years.
32 years. And it was his ingenuity that started the whole thing, like you just said, without a college education, but just seeing a need in society and developing it.
Yes.
And
He was the smartest man I've ever known.
he was funny too, Dad.
Yes, he was.
I mean, Stephen and I, when we were growing up, spent a lot of time with him together because we were closer in age, and he always would have a funny story to tell us, or just, he was a loving grandfather. Really happy memories. So I agree, he's an excellent role model, and even his method of planning for the future, using everything that he had, not looking for something else, but even just with the education he had, with the opportunities he had, with the skill he had, he's a great role model.
You would have enjoyed him, Janine.
Mm-hmm.
He was something.
Yeah, I remember with his building skills, I remember he would be talking about measurements for a building, and he could do incredible mathematics, like
Yes,
13 times 13, and just whip off the answer to that faster than I could even think of what it would be. He had
169 is the answer.
these dolls are really good at math, I tell you.
I know.
We could go the whole times table of the double-digit numbers, and he knows it, just like Grandpa. So I have a last question, and I'll just kind of put it in a context, because I've written about Parkinson's and about rock-steady boxing. It's kind of a hard thing to talk about. Really, I think for a year or so, we were wondering what was going on, and we didn't know how to help, and we were all we were worried as brothers. But something's happened to you, Dad. Something's happened that's really just positively changed you and made you a better person. I don't know what. I wonder if, in your own words, you.
Humility.
Hmm.
I am a very humble person now in my lifetime.
It takes a lot of guts to admit that. Well, I guess I'd finish by saying a couple things from my own heart, and that's that, Dad, I've always appreciated your genuineness. I don't know anyone who's as genuine as you are. And everywhere I go, everyone I talk to that knows you talks about what a fine man you are.
That's very nice.
And I can't think of a better thing to have people say about me as I get older, that's the role model that you are for me.
That's what I've always tried to be, is kind to other people.
It's important. So I guess I'd ask you, are there any other thoughts about the future, the society we live in, and how to be a better person?
None.
So I guess you have to just take everything that we talked about, learn from it, and you yourselves be a better person too. Dad, thank you. I love you.
Thank you, I love you.
All right, and thank you, Janine.
That's nice.